Hello, everyone. Welcome to Photographer Profile. My name is Nathan Rupert. I've been a San Diego photographer for over 18 years. Because social media is focused on video stuff like Reels, I started this channel to give photographers I've met a worldwide platform to share their work and stories. Please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to be notified right away when new episodes are uploaded or if you enjoy the content. My guest today is Anita. Hey, Anita, how are you?
Hi, I'm very good. Thank
Welcome.
you. Thanks for the invitation.
Please just give us an introduction about yourself and your photography.
Sure. My name is Anita Friedrich. I'm based in San Diego. I started out as a landscape photographer, chasing sunsets in San Diego to start off. And then I evolved and I became a portrait and wedding photographer as well.
And are you single, taken, is complicated? What is your status for
Ah,
those people wondering?
my goodness. I am single right now, as it's now
Okay.
available.
And do you have any hobbies outside of photography?
Yes, I love volleyball. So I'm a volleyball player, a beach
Okay.
volleyball, 2-on-2. If I want to be very precise, just for the people, it's like volleyball is like, yeah, you have indoor and beach. But I do that regularly. And I love everything in San Diego. You can do hiking, all year long, running, biking, everything, anything outdoor. I just sucker of San Diego and this beautiful weather we have here. So find me outside all the time.
Any beach is your favorite? I know Mission Beach has pickup volleyball on the
Yeah,
weekend.
Mission Beach is absolutely one of my favorites to play volleyball. But generally speaking, I hang out the area where I live in, and I'm actually based in Carlsbad. I do my daily beach walk every morning in Carlsbad.
And how did you get into photography to begin with?
Long story short, about like 8 or 7 years ago, I was just like out capturing sunsets with an iPhone. It was one of those amazing sunsets. It was a November, beautiful winter sunset in San Diego. The sky was turning to red, orange, and I was just like mesmerized. Like I knew I had to do something on a higher level and got my first camera, which was a Sony Alpha, which is actually based in
Okay.
San Diego. And I got my camera with a little wide angle lens, and I just really went out every single day for like
Every
6 days.
day.
Yeah, the first year I was
Wow.
obsessed. I was out basically 6 days every night for sunset, waiting for
Wow.
magical sunsets or anything I can, capture. I was focusing on learning my camera, which I never really had in my whole life, like a really professional camera. So I was experimenting everything, experimenting with the light. When a surfer comes in, really take care of like silhouettes, the light reflection. As light changes, gets more dark, the subjects. I was just really, really enjoying it and experimenting for 1 year,
Wow.
not even mentioning like it's a hobby, right? Like nobody was paying
Yeah.
for these. I was really getting into the habit just to how to shoot, how to hold the camera, what to do, driving to secret locations. Everybody knows about those locations now, but back in the days, like 7, 8 years ago, like secret caves or places
Hmm.
that no tourists go, only locals. And we were just waiting for that magical sunset. And once it happened, I posted on social media and people loved it. And back in the days, Instagram was huge. There were times I got like thousands of likes.
Congrats.
That was big in Instagram life as well. When I started social media, Instagram was huge. I was actually able to reach a lot of magazines, BC10, San Diego Magazine, all kinds of magazines, Carlsbad Magazine, Oceanside Magazine. So they all reposted my photos, and I
Wow.
really, really quickly, I grew big. Suddenly I got like from couple hundred followers and then went up to 10,000 followers.
All that
Yeah,
hard work paid off every
yeah.
day
But
shooting.
I did a lot. I have so many photos from those years, just all kind, right? All landscape, purely landscape, surfers,
Yeah.
ocean, waves. Sometimes I went into the water to capture something because I didn't have a long lens at that time.
Wow.
So just literally risking my camera, holding it up into my head and getting into the water, capturing whatever I could, just for the shots, everything for the shot. It was purely a hobby until the day came and I decided to take even more seriously. And then I went back
Okay.
to school and to study photography purely.
Wow, you wanted to get to
And then
the
I was
theory
like,
and the root of it.
yeah, it just happened to be that I knew inside that I want to do this as a profession for the rest of my life as my career, and I wanted to have a paper. I just feel the urge, at the age of XY, obviously.
We don't have to say
You
it. We
know,
don't have to say
no, we're not going to say that. But I was like, hey, I think I need a paper. I'm ready to learn more from professors. And I was able actually to obtain an associate degree in photography and graphic design in the end of the day. It was definitely, doesn't want to sounds cheesy, but it was my destiny. As I started to shoot those sunsets, I knew there is more than just a hobby. Like I was like ready to create and take it to a higher level when we are talking about eventually being like successful artists in this game. And yeah, I'm
So
very happy I did that.
photography is your full-time job, your full-time career. Is
Yes,
that correct?
it is
Okay.
absolutely. Yes, this is my full-time job, my passion, everything.
And your favorite genre to shoot is landscapes and surfers. Is that correct?
Yes, I think so. Landscapes, sunsets, surfers. Give me all. I love that. If familiar with my Instagram or social media, I really switched a little bit gear in like how do I approach my photography. I try to be very neutral with my editing style. I don't use those really, really, really vibrant colors, which I used in the beginning of my career, which was obviously a good starting point for me. Like
Hmm.
everybody loved it. I just did it, but did I really truly knew this is the way I want to edit? No, I was just starting out. And then in the past couple of years, I definitely toned down my editing style. So it's very true to color, very neutral. When you see my photos, you feel like I'm happy to like, print those. Those look really natural.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I try to stay away from very vibrant, non-realistic sunset colors. I don't do that anymore, and I really try to be very true to color and use different kind of lenses to achieve landscapes, which usually you would think like, oh, everybody shoots on a wide angle lens, right? But I actually
Hmm.
approach it differently, and I use long lens a lot.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
shoot on like 70 to 200 a lot of times to get my landscapes because that's such a unique lens. Not a lot of photographers have it. And then of course, at this point of my career, I have that lens. I use it all the time and I love those. So most of my shots are shot on that in the past like couple months, like all my recent shots.
What still excites you to go out there and shoot every day? What is that passion that keeps you going? Is my
Gosh, this is
question
a
for you.
really, really good question because sometimes I don't feel that urge anymore because I've been out so many times and then I can literally look out a couple hours before sunset to the sky if it's going to be one of those magical sunsets or not. There's a lot of
Yeah, that helps.
things
You're right next to the beach.
and then there's a lot of things to consider when but if I feel it's going to be an amazing sunset, I really try to be out. Like I will try my best to be out and capture it no matter which beach I am. But when there is not, I still sometimes go out with my camera, or sometimes honestly I just really enjoy without my camera. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like the game changer at this stage, that sometimes I just go and like don't bring my camera and then just really enjoy.
What is the favorite place that you have traveled so far for photography? Or do you bring your camera when you travel?
I do. I would say it would be Hawaii. Uh,
Okay.
I go like once a year to Hawaii, so
Okay.
I've been there like 5, 6 times already. I love Hawaii. The variety of the islands, Oahu, Kauai, Maui, they are all so different. Not even talking about Big Island, which is absolutely an amazing island with the volcano. Recently, I came back from Hawaii, so I did like a Hawaii series,
Oh,
photographing waterfalls, the Napali coast, the famous Napali coast, and the landscape, the beauty is amazing there. I was super excited. I definitely brought my lenses and my camera, and I got some amazing, incredible photos. In fact, I took a helicopter tour in
oh my gosh.
Kauai, and it was a door off helicopter tour. I was like literally on
Wow.
the side hanging with the door off,
Jesus.
and I captured one of my most amazing photos from the helicopter.
And you weren't scared at all.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm not afraid of heights, but it was scary. To be indeed, it was scary, but it's so worth it. Yeah, I came back with thousands of photos from that
Wow.
trip, and it was truly like a trip to relax and to take photos for my photography. So I would say it's definitely the obsession is growing, and I still love to actually travel. Like I love traveling and just capturing the beauty everywhere I go.
Like you write off as a business expense.
Maybe a little bit. I do, but it is. It's Hawaii is
Yeah.
not cheap. Just FYI, it's indeed expensive.
I know you're self-taught pretty much, but is there a piece of photography advice that you received or you saw online or somewhere that really resonated with you, like the best piece of photography advice that you've been given? Anything you can think of?
I really learned a lot from my professors at my college, especially like professors who really challenge you to go out and shoot all the time. So I would say the best advice for everybody who is trying to get into photography is just to go and do. Go and try, go and shoot, and then you learn. Go through your images, what you got. Usually, I would say the next couple days after you shoot, just because you will remember immediately. I shoot a lot when I'm out and I don't even realize I got something really incredible. And then I look at my computer and I'm like, oh my goodness, there was like a really cool bird flying into my photo or something like that.
Yeah.
The best advice is practice. You know, when they say um, after like 10,000 hours, you will become something different. And I
So
that's how I
expert,
feel.
yeah.
That's how I feel. I don't know really the hours, but I think I have 10,000 hours already. So I think I'm already at that level at this point.
Every photographer goes back and looks at their photographs from the first couple years they started and they're like, what was I thinking?
Oh
What
my
was I
gosh,
doing?
exactly. That's why I could not give you any photos from my beginner stages.
How do you feel about AI in photography? Have you ever thought about that, the impact of
Yeah,
AI?
of course. I'm very open-minded when it comes to technology, and I love the Adobe products. Absolutely. I use Lightroom as like daily basis. That's my absolute everything. The creation of this program actually, it's the basics of being able to produce the photos really fast, really quick, transferring them into JPEG. So I love this app and I love this system. And of course, they use AI in these days as well, so as Photoshop, and I did mess around with it a little bit. It could be super helpful if you really know your tools.
Hmm.
I am open-minded to try and experience more. The work I do, it's usually you can't really replace with an AI. So I'm looking for like very specific, very significant photos. For instance, let's say I shoot for an hour for like,
Hmm.
a sunset, landscape, surfers, everything. And then I would give it to AI to call it done for me, to pick the best 50, 100 images out of maybe 800.
Hmm.
And honestly, I was not impressed. AI cannot recognize those significant shots. I don't believe that it's ever going to be 100% trustworthy. I have
Hmm.
to go over and check everything after the calling or editing, right? I don't believe that it's going to be perfect ever, but yes, it's helping for a lot of photographers, quality and volume.
What do you want to happen to your photos when you die? Have you ever thought about that when you're no longer
Oh my
here?
goodness, that's an amazing question. I have never thought about it, but somebody's gonna be very happy. because I have so many photos which never been seen, never been anywhere, nor going to be because those are so old, and I'm keep buying the space on my Apple just to keep the
Yeah.
photos because I have so many. I don't know where to store them, but it's going to be my heritage, right? It's going to be either one of my family members. Hopefully, I will just hand it to them, or
On your
just like,
dying breath, here, take
yeah.
this before I die.
Honestly, I should probably. I think they are all in my cloud. They are like sinking into my cloud. They are not going to be eventually lost, so it's gonna be there, and then somebody's gonna be very happy to get it eventually. But for me, those memories are just like so old, like I can't even use those imagery anymore at all. I'm never really posting anything older than a few months.
And if you could take the portrait of any celebrity, alive or dead, what celebrity would you like to do a portrait session?
That's a good one. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't mind, any pop or singer, like actress, let's say Beyonce, for to start, just the
Yeah,
star of the
why
show.
not?
Yeah, why not? I would be super happy if that would happen, but the likelihood of that is very low.
Just put her on a surfboard and go for it. And here's a new question I just thought of. You're the first person I've ever asked
Really?
this question.
Oh my goodness.
What what Olympic event would you like to shoot if you could pick one, summer or winter, any Olympic event?
Oh my God, that's easy. That would be beach volleyball Olympics.
Softball. I threw a softball.
Definitely. So summer for sure.
Maybe you can go up to, was it LA, the next Summer Olympics?
It's
Is
going
that?
to be, yes, I am going to be there. That's for sure. And I will bring my camera. I don't know if you saw that, but I was recently at the volleyball tournament yesterday.
Okay.
The Manhattan Beach ABP.
Oh
It's
wow.
one of the biggest, especially, in this area. When we're talking about beach volleyball started from Hermosa Beach or Redondo Beach. This is kind of like the mecca of beach volleyball. I was there yesterday photographing the event as a fan,
That's
So
fun.
hopefully, yeah, it was super fun. Got some amazing photos and sent it to the winners who actually reposted them. So
Maybe
I'm
they'll hire you to shoot it as a professional next year.
I think they have their team. So usually these are like very specific sports photographers, which it's not my niche, but I would love to. I just do it for fun. I love sports, and that's absolutely my sport.
That's quite a drive too, all the way back up there
Yes,
and down here.
it was absolutely a drive, but it's so worth it. I'm very happy with the outcome, and then especially the winners, seeing the photos, they got it, they reposted. That definitely gives me a little boost. I truly did get some amazing photos of them from angles that maybe the professionals couldn't because they face the audience when they are happy, and
Right.
that's where I was, and that's where I got like their really really first expression, and then they didn't face the cameras, which was on the other side. So I was actually got some amazing photos. The moment when they got to know they won, I just really captured the first expression, and then I think that's everything in this game when you can get these photos, and I was like stoked to get those.
And sometimes professionals will miss those because they have zoom lenses and they're very close to the
Yeah,
action, so
or
they
they
don't have
just
those crowd shots, basically.
exactly, and they were just on the wrong side because they were like, running towards the crowd, the winners. Obviously, if they're running towards the crowd, it's usually the people get it who are like facing this way. Yeah,
Well, we're gonna take a look at the photos you sent me right now. Let me go ahead and share. This
awesome,
will be
exciting.
fun.
Yes, I see that clearly.
These are from your Instagram, and go ahead and
Yes.
tell us about this photo and the inspiration
So
behind
this
it.
is one of my probably most liked, mostly reposted photo of, that's the reason I chose this. This is a couple years old, to be honest, but I still love this. It's definitely pinned on my profile as well. The significant is this obviously the car, very classic car rolling through this very interesting street. which is located in Oceanside, California. If you're familiar, this is a very particular street with this unique V-shaped palm tree in the end. It's definitely a classic shot with a classic car, palm trees, sunset time with a little pink color, you know. It was very popular when I posted it. Definitely few years old now, as you see the date, but it got like over 2,000 likes and then thousands, so many reposts and comments. It was definitely something that people were triggered on. Yeah, that's kind of like
So
the story.
Very
Very so
SoCal
cool.
summer
Yes,
feel. Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Let me see if I can go to the next one.
Sounds good.
Tell us about this one.
This is a pretty newer one. The reason I chose this because this is what I, focused on actually in Hawaii. This is a waterfall captured in Kauai, one of the islands of Hawaii, shot on a helicopter as well. A very unique photo. Not a lot of people are going to have this, especially just the circumstances to get this, the location. I particularly arranged my seat in the helicopter and I am on the right side, which is facing towards the waterfall or the everything. I love everything about it. It's like so rich, so green, so clear. I can see this photo printed on a beautiful like metal print and put it on a
Yeah.
wall, taking over a beautiful home. This is the type of photography I'm more focusing on, like very true to color, not a lot of other colors than just like very natural.
This is very relaxing.
Yes,
I
you
see
can.
this
You
in
can.
someone's house with a lot of plants all over the place,
Oh
and this
my
is like above
god!
their
Or like
couch.
imagine next to an actual like waterfall in somebody's house. Like this is the type of photo I would love to see in a beautiful home. You know, like with plants, waterfalls, just like very relaxing.
Okay.
Yes,
Let's look at the next one. This one's a little more action oriented.
this was an absolute accident. I was trying to get more reflection on the ground, shooting the palm trees actually, but then the focus picked up the waves, right? Because it suddenly just rolled in. I was like shocked for a second and I immediately stepped or like even like fall back probably just to save my camera because I was really, really close to this wave. Like imagine me holding the camera super low almost into the like ground to get reflections and the palm trees and this stunning wave just rolled in just the way it is with a beautiful sunset in the background. It's just magical. I love this shot. It's just something that you can't recreate ever.
Your camera's so close to the water.
Yes, absolutely dangerous. I definitely got super dirty or wet while I was doing this photo, just eventually protect my camera. But I drove to Laguna Beach, to a very secret beach. I'm not going to name the location, just I want to keep it safe. I drove there for like 2 hours,
Wow.
parking, walking there. It's to get this shot definitely took me basically a whole day.
That is dedication for
Yes,
sure.
absolute dedication. And everything for my hobby, for my landscapes, for my passion, because this was back in the days my only hobby. There was no sport or any other activities or going out with friends. I got my closest friends from photography world. Sometimes we were there together at some locations because we don't want to be alone all the time. We try to surround by ourselves with photographers.
Okay. We have a couple
Yeah.
more here.
Yeah, take your time. Yes, I posted this very recently, like a week ago, on my birthday, which was
Happy
August
birthday or happy
9th.
late birthday. Yeah.
Thank you. And my Instagram handle is dedicated to my birthday, which is Annie_0809. This photo I very recently shot a couple days before my birthday. Such a magical moment. This beautiful cloud just rolled in and then the sun was going down and the surfers were just watching it. Shot on a long lens, 7-200 at 200.
What beach? What beach is this?
Carlsbad.
Oh, Carlsbad.
Right
Okay.
at home. Yes, I was just down there with my long lens walking as should. And I got this shot and I love it. It's just very clean, very minimally edited. It's, as you can see, the surface just chilling. There is no actual waves to ride. Yeah,
I
I
like how
was.
they're all in different poses. Every
Yeah,
surfer has a different
yeah.
different.
It's just such a good one. At least for me, definitely my good memories and very recent one.
Another surfer one.
Ooh, yeah. So this is an interesting one. That's not Photoshop. Just let me clarify that
For all
for
the
the people
haters out there.
out there. That's a very rare moment to be in this very interesting place, which is in La Jolla. Not a lot of people know about this spot, but this is a super cool location, which is actually a wall leads into the ocean. Not going to tell the exact pins, but it's in La Jolla. You guys can find it if you will. Not that hard to find, but I was there trying to shoot a little bit. I was there, and this guy just passed by. So this was a perfect moment to shoot it between like very symmetrical, and it just happened. You know, sometimes it doesn't happen. You can wait there a couple hours again, which we sometimes we really don't want to do. When it's about sunset time, I'm like, let me get to the beach. I don't have other options.
And this processing is similar to your older style, right? Where it's a little more
It's more
colorful.
saturated, more colorful, definitely. I'm actually thinking to grab some of my absolute all-time favorite shots just like this and then add it into my current editing style just to make it a little bit more neutral and toned down. I might gonna do a couple of those, not all of it, maybe like five of my favorite shots just to try a little bit differently.
Yeah, I mean, as photographers, we all change and grow
We
our
do,
preferences, and
absolutely.
so that's
That's
understandable.
that's in the process, and I'm excited where I'm heading to. But I love these photos. It's absolutely helped me in the business in the beginning, like to get my name out there.
Now we have some portraits here.
Okay, so we're switching gear.
Yeah, tell us about
Okay,
this beautiful portrait.
thank you. This is absolutely my favorite portraits of my portrait world. Just something about it. These moments are very intimate, I would say. A candid way of shooting, have them just to really be in their own zone. Beautiful light, the veil over, just exactly almost kissing but not. So it has couple series in there if you go into the slide. It's like a
Let me see.
multi collage. It's just a gorgeous couple on their wedding day. Stunning details, beautiful lights, and then this is the color scheme I'm definitely leaning in my portraits as well. Very neutral, almost feels like film photography, if you will. The greens are greens, the yellows are yellows, and I really pay attention to skin color. So she's exactly that skin color as she is. Like no orange, no sepia or anything like that. As you heard in the news, sometimes, photographers use these very earthy tones on portraits, which
Hmm.
my number one rule, always match the skin color. And she's a very pale bride, so it had to be edited like that. It had to have that color. It's definitely takes some time to edit like that, but truly love this session, and this was amazing portrait session with this couple.
Okay, we have one more.
Yes, this is definitely the winner of this year. I got this photo. I took this photo 2 months ago at San Francisco City Hall, the one of the most iconic city halls in the world. I flew there a day ahead. I, you know, scheduled everything with the couple. We met up. We spent
Hmm.
the whole day shooting. Basically, this was their elopement. It's just the two of them and their parents. Such an iconic place. I cannot describe. If you go into the little sliders, you will see
Okay.
a couple more from this because it's just stunning. The most stunning couple ever. And
Those stairs
really,
are huge.
the stairs are huge and definitely needed to use some Photoshop to remove people. 'Cause those,
Oh, the other people were here.
those stairs were not totally empty.
Did you use flash for these pictures or
No,
no
these
flash?
are all natural light, all of them. If you
Wow.
go through all of them, I did film photos for them as well, not just digital. These are all digital in this little section. But for my film photos, I did use some flash just to have variety. I haven't posted those yet, so they are not on social media yet, but they will. And the flash looks just amazing as well.
This is one of my favorites here. That's nice in the elevator.
It's so good, right?
Is that an elevator?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's an elevator.
is. We had to, when you do a city hall elopement, elevator shots are a must. You have to get a kiss in the elevator. And then,
Hopefully your dress doesn't get stuck in the door there.
no, but, actually, this city hall is just stunning. Even the elevator, like, look at it has a character. Beautiful colors, like everything about it is just so vintage, absolutely
That's
amazing. And
awesome.
if you go follow the windows, and like we really utilized every single element of this city hall. I was there for 5 hours,
Wow.
5 hours just to do the photos in the city hall. So absolutely one of a lifetime experience. I don't do this often to fly
You
to
need a
somewhere.
permit? No permit needed?
No, it's absolutely free to enter, but you just need a permit to get married there. But it's absolutely free to enter and take photos in there.
Okay. Some
Yeah, but
places you
if
need a
they're getting
permit.
married, they definitely need a permit.
Those are some beautiful pictures. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay. A couple more questions and we'll end it here. Do
Okay.
you have a dream shot that you haven't achieved that you still want to achieve in your mind?
Yes, I do. It's a couple locations in my mind which I still would love to go, and hopefully it's actually going to happen this year. I am probably going to Yosemite first time in my life.
Fun.
So I'm excited for that. Everything is still under planning. When is it going to happen? What season? It's very important for photos as well. It might be already snowy a little bit. I'm definitely excited to get those, either just landscape wise, or otherwise that would be an absolute dream to photograph an elopement, not on the half dome, but those absolute significant dreamy wedding photos when they are actually hiking up to a place and they
Yeah.
just like on a rock looking into Yosemite. That's like, for me, that's significant. Probably only once in my lifetime I'm trying to do something like that, not trying to go to Yosemite every for the photo shoots, but and then of course landscape wise as well. I'm excited. I haven't been yet. It's been on my list for a decade. I'm excited to go. Hopefully this year is gonna happen.
Did you buy the snow gear already?
I did not, and I have a really good friend who is willing to drive. So she already is the dedicated driver with her brand new car. We have the car, we have the driver. Just need to hop in and find the time in my busy schedule.
And do you have any weird, wild, crazy stories, unexpected stories from these photo shoots that you've done or being at the beach there?
It's not really I can think of right now. There are always some stories. Let me tell. Always there are some kind of stories. Always, like, we always experience some weird things with either people or animals around. Right? There is something always. It's I can't really pinpoint anything right now, but I have a lot of stories for sure.
Yeah, whenever I go to like Pacific Beach and set up to shoot the sunset, you always have a tourist or someone walking by that's going to come up and talk to you and talk to
Always
you.
something. Seriously, or you're trying to do, a very specific shot, and yeah, people just like really interrupt you or disturb you somehow.
That's a big lens, or that's a nice camera. You always hear that walking
Especially,
around.
I am with that lens a lot of times, such as yesterday. Like a lot of people asked, "Oh, that's a heavy lens to carry," and I was like, "Yes." So I was very exhausted today after holding that long lens for a couple hours, at the beach volleyball tournament. But something for something. I love the compression on that lens. Absolutely. Not saying my number one lens, but one of my favorites for sure.
Okay, I think we're about done here. Any final thoughts, questions for me?
If anybody is listening this and they're just starting it out, I never in this life thought that I will be a photographer, an artist. Became actually a professional photographer. The path wasn't easy. It was actually extremely challenging. While in school, not even getting paid for these, sunset photo shoots and all kinds of stuff, just driving, the effort, the editing, posting. But in the end of the day, I'm really sitting here doing this interview with you. It reminds me how much I came, and my journey. And it's just incredible. And I wish everybody find their way in photography in sort of ways, because photography is so broad. You can do anything once you have the magic in your hand, like street, products, beauty, fashion. There is all kinds, even real estate. Eventually, once my artists or landscapes are not satisfying, you can focus on other fields and it's still photography in a different form, which is absolutely adorable. Like so many niches you can focus on, right?
If you have the money, the sky's the limit. It's all about the money.
Exactly. At this point, I do have everything, all lenses. In the beginning, you start with one, and then once you reach a certain, level, and then you do this professionally, you will get everything. That's what I did. And now I just use, of course, what I need, but I do have everything for every kind of photography in case I need.
Awesome. And is your website or Instagram, what's the best way for people to contact? What do you prefer? Your website, Instagram? Do you have a
I prefer
preference?
Instagram for now. I'm actually rebuilding my website, but my website is accurate and they can always reach me if any questions. My website is www.anitafriedrich.com. It's just my first and last name together. So that's my current website, and I'm working on my other website purely for portraits. But you can totally put just the Instagram handle in here for the people who like to see the work.
Yes, and I'll post links to everything in the description of the video as well. Well,
Love
thank you
that.
so much for your time.
Thank you
Enjoyed looking at
so
your
much.
photos and
This
hearing your
was so fun.
stories.
I'm excited to see everything. And thank you so much for the opportunity again, Nathan.
I don't go to North County very often, but maybe I'll see you at the beach shooting the sunset
Yes,
sometime.
and me tonight. I have 45 minutes to get down to watch sunset.
There you go. There you go. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so
Bye. Thank you so
much.
much.
Thanks. Bye.